LA Clippers have been one of the hottest teams since the James Harden trade and have legitimately been one of the top tier teams going into the playoffs. However, they have cooled off a bit and now they've settled into the 4th seed in the Western Conference. Do they have one of the hardest schedules left to play this season? Yes. However, come playoff time, having a healthy Kawhi Leonard is something that injects fear into the hearts of other teams.
Draws the contact and he gets the roll. Kawhi Leonard. Chance at a three-point.
So the Clippers schedule, they do have the hardest schedule out of the top 4 teams in the West. I'm going to be referencing OKC, Denver, and Minnesota a lot because that's the main competition for the Clippers, okay? The average team the Clippers will play going forward have a record above 500, meaning that they will play the majority of their games against playoff teams, okay? They're 6-4 in their last 10 games and have dropped down to 2.5 games out of the 1 seed, which is not bad. It's not terrible. But they were the 1 seed earlier this season, okay? Once again, 2.5 games is not a lot. The gap between the 1 and the 2 seed in the East right now between the Celtics and Cavs, I believe, is like 6 games. It's not that bad out West. All it takes is one more like super strong run and the Clippers got that. However, for that to take place, they need to start locking up on defense. They have a defensive rating of almost 115, which is 13th best in the league. And if you don't understand that, go check that out. I got a video on it that explains advanced stats and stuff. But this is straight up because of effort, because the pieces are all there. You look at that team, you got PG, Kawhi, Russ, T-Man, like even Harden's been playing better this season on defense, okay? And you look at them and you're like, wow, like they're such a good defensive team. They're literally the middle of the pack, okay? It's straight up because of effort, okay? Not to mention PJ Tucker has started to come back in the rotation, which surprised me. But who wouldn't want PJ Tucker? He's a winner. He plays good defense when it matters. He shoots threes. Doesn't hurt me. I don't know. They need to step up because they have the lowest defensive rating out of the top 4 seeds in the West. OKC and Minnesota are both in the top 5. Now, their offensive rating is a little bit better, sitting at 4th best in the league. That just needs to be maintained as well. They shoot the ball. They're 2nd in the league in 3-point percentage. The wealth is definitely spread around on this version of the Clippers squad, okay? No one's averaging more than Kawhi with 24 points per game, but 6 guys are averaging more than 11 or 12 points a game, okay? It's like all the starters and then Russ and Norman Powell. But when I tried to look up what lineup the Clippers was the best this season, it was the one with Robert Covington on it. They need to account for the amount of games played with the lineup tracker because Robert Covington, I promise you, was not there more than 4 games. He was there for 4 games. Then he got booted, okay? Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. 2019 Kawhi highlights. I know it's cringy, but it's evidence. It's such good evidence. I promise it's good evidence because no one has confidently said to my face that they want to face Kawhi Leonard in a 7-game series, okay? Comment down below if somebody said that to your face. Like, because I've never heard that. I've never said that. In the 2019 playoffs, Kawhi Leonard averaged 31, 9, and 4 a game en route to a chip. However, we got to take a look at his route to the finals, okay? His first matchup was a 7-seed Magic, then Philly, where he hit one of the greatest shots of all time. Then he demolished Giannis in his first MVP year, and then ended the KD Warriors dynasty for good. This year could still change a ton, but based on where we are at right now in the standings, and mix in a little bit of speculation, the Clippers would have the Kings, then Minnesota, then Denver, then Boston to go to the finals. This route is a ton harder than his run in 2019, but the Clippers are also better built for the playoffs. Kawhi himself is historically great. And Harden has been to 4 conference finals in his career. And even though people say he sucks in the finals, first of all, getting to a conference final in and of itself is impressive. He's been to 4, okay? This is still the same dude that went toe-to-toe with the Warriors dynasty in 2018, averaging 30, 6, and 6, going 7 games, okay? 7 games. And for those of you who say he can't take over games, I point you to the Pacers game the Clippers played earlier this year, where he had 35 points and hit 3 after 3 after 3. Any Clippers fan knows this man goes out and gets us almost 20 every single night. And we've only lost 1 game when he has more than 10 assists. Going back to Kawhi though, last year when on the road in Phoenix for the first round, he had 38, 5, and 5 on 54, 60, 90 shooting in game 1. Then the next game came out and had 31, 8, and 7 on 55, 60, and 86 shooting. That's on the road, okay? That's on the road. So home court obviously does not matter for Kawhi Leonard, okay? Needless to say, I think the Clippers are going to be fine. They've had Paul George miss a couple games. Kawhi's missed 2 or 3 games here and there. But as long as they have T. Lue as the head coach and Harden's running the point, I really think that they'll be fine. However, my final verdict is that the higher seed that they have, the more comfortable the route would be. Which seems like, yeah, duh, obviously. But I don't think the Nuggets are looking to steal the number 1 seed this year. because they didn't need it last year at all. Them having the number 1 seed last year didn't even come into play, as they had no series go to 7 games with a near sweep of everybody. I am extremely confident in saying that nobody feels very comfortable or good about themselves when they have to match up against the Clippers squad going to 7 games. And it's going to be very hard for other teams to win 4 games to advance. You've got to win the majority of the games against the Clippers. That's a rough thing to do. As a Clippers fan, I've talked a lot about them this season, so I made a video about my reaction the morning after James Harden got traded. So I woke up at like 6 a.m. and made a whole video about it. I'm like dead and sad. I was a sad Clippers fan, honestly. I'm a happy Clippers fan now. I'm a very happy Clippers fan. Go check that out if you want. Then I've got a video about Kawhi and load management and my thoughts on that from the season and how it's been good, how it could improve, things like that. So if you're a Clippers fan or you just want to check those out, go check those out. Link in the description or here, whatever the freak we're at right now, okay? That's all I got to say. We out.